Please sit down, please.
That's like priority one.
Who's in Order in the chamber, please. Good time? The time is 6:08 on March 30th. Welcome to the first Senate meeting of the quarter. We'll call the meeting to order at this time. And we'll do roll call. President Hirono.
Present.
Executive Vice President Morris is here. Vice President of External Affairs has class. Vice President of External Affairs, Summer Schaefer, also has class. Vice President of Finance, Shaka Karim.
Present.
Marketing Promotions Director.
Here.
Personnel Director.
Present.
Outreach Director has class. Elections Director.
Present.
Transfer and Non-Traditional Student Director.
Here.
President for Tempor, Corey Willis.
Here.
Senator Alan Alcantara.
Here.
Senator Casey Thielhart.
Here.
Senator Dalston Boson.
Here.
Senator Des Jackson.
Present.
Senator Giselle Zuna.
Present.
Senator Joshua Lopez.
Here.
Senator Christina David.
Present.
Senator Nick Carrillo.
Present.
Senator Verna Chan.
Here.
Senator Catherine Talley.
Present.
Senator Melissa Vargas. Senator Nevin Pereira. He is unexcused absent for this meeting? Yeah. He can have class, he had something else. Senator Wenyu Chow.
Here.
Senator Aaron Sunga is excused late. Senator Ryan Trento.
Here.
On that note, we have quorum. Moving on to the next item on the agenda. With approval of the agenda. Agenda has been sent out in due notice. There's a copy of it in front of you. For the purpose of the minutes, or for the public, there should be extra copies down in the gallery. If anyone needs to request one, please just raise your hand. Are there any motions to approve the agenda, or any objections to it? Yes, Senator David. There's a motion to approve the agenda by Senator David. There's a second.
Second.
Second by Senator Wenyu Chow. Any objections? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstained? Seeing none, it's unanimous, and the agenda is adopted. Moving to approval of Senate meeting minutes number 18. As to our protocol, the minutes have been printed out in the last meeting. Passing around, read them and sign them over in the back, and we will be presented or approved as signed. Moving on to ex officio members. Any members of ex officio wish to present to this board at this time?
Good evening, Andres Medrano, CSB. So as part of a week-long celebration for Cesar Chavez's legacy, CSB is hosting the La Cosecha Harvest tomorrow, Thursday, March 31st from 4 to 6 p.m. at UCR's, sorry about that. UCR's Community Garden. So we'll be picking oranges and remembering the legacy of Cesar Chavez. The oranges we will be picking are for the Cesar Chavez 5K that we'll be having on Saturday. I've been inviting y'all to. So it's the 15th annual, and we'd like to see as much student participation as possible. I know last time I was here, I extended an invitation if y'all want to form a team and compete. I'm not sure if
I believe I said I would, if I remember correctly.
Excuse me?
I believe I said I would help form a team, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Haven't forgotten.
I think it would be really cool. There's a lot of orgs that are going to be competing and give bragging rights, and also there's incentives. Vice Chancellor Sandoval put up was it a
$20.
yeah, was it 20?
He'll pay $20 for every person that meets him.
Yeah, $20.
Just walked in and heard my name.
Yeah. So it's $10 for every 100 UCR students that beat. For the first 100 UCR students that beat his own time. So it's just it's gonna be a day-long fun event, and there's gonna be a 1K for children and everything. So hope to see y'all there Saturday, 7:30 to 12:30. Also, the Chicano Latino graduation ceremony, as I mentioned last week as well. So that'll be happening Saturday, June 4th. It's the 44th annual, and that'll be from 1:30 to 5:45 p.m. at the Rec Center. And you can already register at go.ucr.edu/rasagrad. And yeah, that's about it.
Thank you so much. Any questions or comments from the presenter? Seeing none, thank you for your time. Any other ex officios at this time?
Hello, I'm Fernando Cortez, and I'm the National Residence Hall Honorary President. We are the sister organization to RHA. For this quarter, I'll be taking over the ex officio report for Chelsea Nur. She has to do other obligations within RHA at this time. In regards to updates, we don't really have too much for this week besides our elections, which are happening next week. On Monday, the executive president for RHA will be up for elections, and then on Wednesday, the NRHH elections for president and vice president will also be going on. Week 3 will be building president elections for the 4 communities, and then week 4 will be vice president interviews selected by the current building presidents. Besides that, that's pretty much it for next week. I yield my time.
Thank you so much for your report. Any questions for the ex officios? Seeing none, thank you. Yes.
What, I thought the vice president positions were elected by the residents, or I mean like the senators.
No, so for our constitution now, it's just RHA executive president, each community building president, and then the various chairs at each community once the new academic year starts. Those are all elections. Vice presidents, they've been doing as an interview style by the current vice presidents, and then they choose someone for the 4 positions.
Thank you so much. Any other ex officios this time?
Hi y'all. I am here on behalf of Undocumented Student Programs. Welcome back. New quarter. How do y'all feel? And that's, you know what? Don't be smart about it. Okay, so part of welcoming you all back, USP again has our lending library. So we lend out textbooks, clickers, and calculators. We got more clickers actually. We bought more at the end of last quarter, so we actually have about 15 left. So if y'all need clickers, like, you can come by the office tomorrow, sign one out. They're pretty useful. Again, calculators, we have graphing and scientific. So if you can't use, if you only have a graphing calculator and you can't use it, we can also give you a scientific calculator. So our biggest thing that we have going on this quarter, we're excited to say, is our 1-year anniversary as Undocumented Student Programs. Yay! So to celebrate that, we are having an event on Tuesday, April 12th from 3 to 6. We're having like nice food, like on the patio. It'll be great. Just celebrate the fact that we exist for a year now. That's really good. And then for that, we have our 7th annual banquet coming up, May 27th. It's a Friday. I encourage all of you to attend. I especially encourage you to get a table. 10 students to a table, $200, $20 per student. It works out, it's beautiful, great night. You get to hear a lot of amazing stories from students, you know, sharing their testimony, sharing their stories about the different struggles that they faced. Good food, silent auction, entertainment. It's a great night, and all the money will go to scholarships for undocumented students. Last year we were lucky, thanks to Jim Sandoval, who paid for just about everything. We were able to raise $6,500 for scholarships last year. So we only keep getting better and better, so we really encourage you all to participate and help us get better and better. That's it.
Any questions or comments from the presenter? Seeing none. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations again for the 1-year anniversary. Any last call for ex officios? Seeing none, then we'll move forward to public forum now, please. Yeah. Would you mind stating your name, please, for the purpose of the minutes as well as the galley?
Okay. Excuse me. My name is Tu Win, and my wife's Lan Tan. And Lan Tan is T-A-G for Tan. Okay. And thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Senators. Thank you, Madam President. We're here to ask for your support of a bill of rights. Right now, it's sitting in the House right now in U.S. Congress, and it needs a lot of support to get it moved out of the House to the Senate floor to get voted to be a federal law. And the bill is about providing protection for sexual assault victims. It came about was because our daughter, her name is Amanda Nguyen.
24 years old.
She's 24 years old right now. She's working for the State Department. But when she went to college, 2 months before she graduated, she was raped. And she went through the process, and she found that the criminal system, instead of protecting the victims, it protects the perpetrator. And so she worked with the legislative in Massachusetts. It happened in Massachusetts. And she was able to change the law in Massachusetts. But for the rest of the nation, she said, depends on where the victims live, they might or might not get any protection at all. So that's how this bill came about, is to provide equal rights, equal protection for all victims, regardless of where they live. The bills right now needs at least 150,000 signatures to move out of the House, to get voted to move out of the House. And so right now, she has above 90,000 signatures. And the petition for signing the petition is online. And it, when you can sign, the petition is online, so you can sign it, and we ask right now. We ask if you can help us spread it out quicker, because we've been going around asking people to sign the petition. But if there's a system that you can spread it out, and so that she can get the petition signed faster, that would help her to move it out of the House to the Senate floor.
Or you can share with your Facebook
Social
friend.
media
Social
to
media.
get her petition signed. So yeah, this is her petition right here, and it's above 90,000 signatures already. So.
Couple of things. The link that is being posted right now, the parliamentarian has it. He'll send it right after this to all your emails if you do wish to share it personally from your emails.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of questions real quick. So the bill is going through Congress right now?
Yes, it's in the U.S. Congress, it's in the House right now. She also asked people if they could also reach their representative, right, or call their representative, because the petition is basically just demonstrating the will of the people.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones who are going to vote for the bill are the congressmen and congresswomen. So if they could ask them, talk to them to get their support so that they can get the bill signed. We also talked to a lot of representatives already, also Diane Feinstein, so that once you get to the Senate floor, she can support the bill too.
And right now, so many articles on newspaper, on Yahoo. You can check, and they talk about her.
Right. This petition also gives a very detailed background of.
If you don't mind, do you know what the bill number is, the bill name, or what
Yes.
it is in the
Yes.
House committee-wise?
Yes, the bill is called House Resolution 230. Let me.
So it's a resolution, not a...
Resolution 230.
Yeah, House Resolution 230.
The number's fine now, we'll be able to find it from there.
Yeah, it has. Excuse me. It's called House Resolution 230, encouraging state-by-state adoption of a sexual assault survivor bill of rights. Encouraging state-by-state adoption of a sexual assault survivor's bill of rights.
Last question is from Marketplace's chair. I don't know if you're from Riverside, but do you have an idea of what Representative Takano has spoken or voted on this bill?
We have a.
Perfect, and something for us to do.
Yeah.
Any questions or comments for the...
Yeah.
Yes, we'll start with you. I saw a couple hands, I believe.
Yeah.
Then we'll start with
She.
you.
Just a comment. Once the email is sent out, I will post it on our social media to spread the word.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
She needs a lot of support. And
So instead, she just keep secret and cry in the dark. Yeah,
she
stand
said
up.
she want to use this to empower victims so that they have a tool to protect themselves in the future.
Are there other questions from anyone on the horseshoe? Officials? Student advocacy is one of the purposes of this board, and a public statement or a public recognition or agreement of support of this legislation is something that is within the rights. If anyone on this board wishes to propose a resolution or official stance to make a public statement, we can do that well within the week by the next meeting. And then from there, the new Vice President of External Affairs could easily advocate and rally our resources and full weight of the ASUCR to bring awareness to our representatives as well as to the 18,000 students who go through similar issues like the ones that we're talking about now.
We need your support and we really appreciate your time and your help. Thank you so much.
Thank you again so much.
Thank you so much.
Any other members of public comment wish to present this board this time? Yes.
Yes, good evening, Jim Sandoval, Vice Chancellor, Student Affairs. I just wanted to take a moment to commend Mr. Nguyen and Ms. Tan for joining us this evening, and the courage that they have for pursuing this important piece of legislation. On behalf of the UCR administration, we commend you and thank you for joining us and agreeing your cause. Can you please join me in giving them I want to take this opportunity to wish everybody a welcome back for spring quarter, and we look forward to continuing down the home stretch. And I know that spring is always a very exciting time for the students who are graduating and stressful for those that are continuing on and going through elections and finals and all that. But just want to know that we are looking forward to continuing our work with you. Thanks.
Yes. Of course. Last call for public comment.
Hi everyone, I'm Julia. Sorry.
Yes, sorry.
One of the things that I'm really passionate about is self-care, especially in like leadership roles when it feels like we're kind of constantly exerting ourselves and we don't always see the results of that. So one of the organizing directors from the UC Students Association will actually be coming to UCR to do a self-care workshop for all student leaders, not just like student government, but for any like organization or any leader. And it's next Friday at 4, and it'd be super groovy if you all would consider going. Self-care is something that's so important, but something that's rarely addressed. So this is a chance to address it and learn how that we can not isolate it from our leadership, but rather integrate it. So, thanks.
Julia, if you don't mind, real quickly. Any call for questions or comments for the presenter? Yes, Director.
Do you know the location?
Taylor, do you know?
Wait, can you? I didn't hear.
Location.
Location? Yeah, if and Julia's actually working with me to find a location. We're probably trying to use the chambers or the conference room in the office. Yeah, it'll be confirmed. It'll be sent out, and Julia and I will follow up to remind all of you. Self-care and mental health is like taking care of yourself is a huge issue, especially as people who drive ourselves to help the community as much as we do. Yes.
Do you think that's enough space if we're trying to accommodate all like student leaders, not just student government representatives? I assume that we have about 430 clubs on this campus. Not all of them are active, but if you want to accommodate all student leaders on this campus, you might want a larger space. So perhaps
That's
a hub
actually a
group.
very valid concern. Let's work community, work after the meeting, find a better space. If you think that's actually something I'd be more than open to make happen. Julia as well?
Yeah.
When is it again?
Next Friday.
Next Friday, so hopefully enough time. But yeah, we'll make sure to take that into consideration. Yes.
So I totally agree with you, Dalshon, but sometimes the hub gets filled up really quickly in the spring, and the Senate chambers actually seats about, what, 40, right, 50? And the Bearson seats about 40. So maybe we could do like an RSVP kind of thing, so then we could see if we actually need to try to get a hub room. or if we could just do it in here and have 50 individuals.
We can try a combination of both. Getting RSVPs as soon as possible, working to see what other options we have available just in case. But we'll proceed as presented. Senator Osan, do you have any comments? Cool. Yes, Director.
Is it going to be more like a workshop or like an interactive activity, or I just kind of want to know like what kind of event it is?
I'll direct the question back to Julia.
Yeah, so it's a workshop. It's led by Patty, who's the SoCal organizing director. So it's just gonna go over like techniques that we can do. I'm not sure like what the format will be like, but it is like interactive, but it's also like informational, if that makes sense.
Last questions for the presenter. Yes, Vice President.
Ashley, could you send us campus-wide email?
Yeah,
Can you let it, like,
for this, yeah. Yeah, right.
I would just send for Ashley to send a campus-wide email so the rest, all the students could know about this and they could attend.
I don't know what.
Yeah, Ashley or Julia?
I'm sorry.
My impression, at least for the workshop, is mostly for the student leaders within like the various leadership. But if we could do something bigger towards, or have more time, or to organize something bigger for the campus, that's something we could take consideration. Yes.
Maybe you can contact Student Life because they probably have all the information about all the organizational leaders on campus and sort of get their emails through that. You know,
Yeah.
and highlight their link as well.
At this time, Julia brought this idea forth, and she's been like working with UCSA and Patty to find a time when the presenter is available. And she contacted me. Anyone who wishes to work with her and myself to make this into something a little more, please reach out to Julie and let's make it happen. Valid
Yeah.
concerns that are definitely feasible. Yes.
Sorry. And UCSA also offers a bunch of free workshops too that any organization can take advantage of. They literally like come out here and they really want to be a resource, even like beyond student government. So if you just go to the website ucsa.org, you can look at all the workshops because they're actually really cool and like really informative. So if that's ever an interest, I know a lot of people are in different orgs, so just making that known.
Thank you. Last call for any questions or comments for the presenter. Seeing none, thank you again for your time. Last call for public forum or public forum?
Hey y'all, my name is John Tanus. Just wanted to say ME Week's coming up, 2-week notice. I'm going to be dancing at the Nooner, so y'all should come out. So yeah. It's coming in 2 weeks. It's the week of April 11th through April 8th.
That's next week.
That's next week?
Whoa.
That's the week after that. That's the week after that.
Order, please. I'm pretty sure we're going to figure out the dates.
But yeah. So yeah.
Last comments, presenter.
What was it?
It's called ME Week, the Middle Eastern Week, basically. But yeah, there's gonna be events lined up the entire week. I'll have more information next week, but just like as a preemptive.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think there's actually a flyer in my office somewhere from Sally.
Yeah.
Any questions for the member of the public? Seeing none, thank you for your time. Last call for public forum.
Hi everyone, my name is Fionn, and today I just want to tell you about this upcoming event called CCN, which is Chinese Culture Night. It is hosted by CSA, so I do encourage everyone to go, even if you're not, Chinese. Please get to know our culture and what we are. And if you are Chinese, please come and kind of connect with your roots again. So it is this Saturday at the University Theater, I think it's called. You can get tickets near. I forgot what's that building called? Olmsted? Oh, okay. At the Olmsted ticket selling place. Thank you.
Thank you. Last call for public forum. Moving on to ECAT report. Let's start with the president. Yes.
Can I amend it to?
It's a broad thing. If the president doesn't mind. Perfect. And Vice President, you have the floor.
Sorry, I kind of lost my voice. Regarding the constitutional changes we approved last quarter, unfortunately, most of them are not going to be on the ballot due to the reason that we did not file an election form with the election director. And and I had a conversation with Melina, and she could make an exception for constitutional changes with the Senate approval. So if Senate could extend the deadline of constitutional initiative to this Friday, I move to?
It's, if you wouldn't mind, Vice President. So it's something I've been working with the elections director pretty closely all day. To clarify, so what happened was we passed a lot of constitutional amendments that went to go on the ballot from this board. After that happens, it has to go, actually have to be filed to elections committee. The date to do that was March 11th. The only ballot measure that was filed was the position to make GCAP a director position. So basically, we passed something and no one followed through to put something on the ballot. The date for that was March 11th. March 11th, and it's being asked to move to next week. This board can make that decision to extend the deadline. There's actually a number of ballot measures that need to be extended. I talked to the election director as well as the executive director. If it's totally okay, I'm hoping to put it on the next agenda actually. Would that be feasible to you, Vice President, to put the vote on to change election timeline on the next agenda so everyone can make sure we're on the same page?
Next agenda?
Yes. It should still, we can move the timeline to past that date so you can just simply submit it and it'll be accepted by election deadline. The paperwork is literally a one-page form. It doesn't take long. You put the ballot measure on it.
The only problem I see with that is because next week is election, week 2 and then
Week 3 is elections.
Yeah.
I totally understand. And we're changing the elections timeline in the middle of the election season, and we didn't tell anyone. On the agenda is basically attempt of public notice. I would feel at least it would go against my job as chair, as a member of the public office, to not tell the public well before we make a decision of that magnitude.
Yeah, probably. That's fine.
Yes.
When it was mentioned a little bit while ago, someone, I think Jim Sandoval said that it had to go through administration.
Yes. So different ballots measures have to go through administration at various levels, from administration to UCOP. The Vice President's ballot measure was the hub referendum, which I believe he'll talk about in a second, has to go through administration. The Highlander is also pushing a ballot measure that has to go through UCOP and back. And there's 2 more, the GCAP director one, which is already on the ballot, and one from constitutional changes that just, I believe, has to go be submitted paperwork. Vice President of Finance, do you mind clarifying again?
For constitutional changes, it actually does not have to be approved because it's our constitution, and it only has to be approved by the student body. So it doesn't have to be looked by the administration or UCOP. However, referendums are different because it is dealing with money, so it's going to have to go through the administration and the UCOP.
Yes.
My only worry is the constitutionality of changing elections things during elections week. So is there an open conversation with the judicial branch too?
So
just so we don't get any.
Judicial, I believe, is here. Are they not here anymore? It's fine. We'll talk to them afterwards. So judicial is a reactive branch, right? And for one, what's happening is where the election timeline is set by the Senate. It can be changed by the Senate. Still with me?
Yeah.
There's nothing, at least as far as I know, or the election director knows, or anyone else who's trying to do this knows, that says we can't change the election timeline. We're hoping that since it's something as simple as just an extension for a ballot measure, that misfiled paperwork, that it's not something that is too controversial. But if it does happen and it is brought to judicial, that's well within the right to call us up.
Could I just make a suggestion
Yes.
when you have an open conversation? I know that judicial is reactive, but I think we should still have that open conversation just so we can avoid any hindrance.
Totally understandable.
Okay.
No, we will definitely do what we can to keep all parties in the loop, and at least I can speak for myself saying that we hopefully wouldn't try to do something unconstitutional.
Okay.
Yes, but that's again just me. Any other questions for the Vice President before we continue on this report? Seeing none, Vice President.
I don't think there was anything wrong with the constitutional changes. It was literally, we made a technical error. So I don't think the technical error should be the reason it's not on the ballot. If it is, and I think students still should have the right to vote on these issues. About the hub referendum, unfortunately, it will not be on the ballot this year due to GSA Executive Cabinet voting it down. And regarding the SBI referendum, it also had to deal with the technical error where the form wasn't filed to the election director. So it will it can be on the ballot, but only through the chancellor approval. And I actually talked to the chancellor yesterday. I think he's fine with it because it is, like I said, a technical error, and it already has went up to UCOP, and I think it's almost like finalized to being approved to be on the ballot.
Thank you. And any last questions for the Vice President? Seeing none, Madam President, your floor.
Okay, so a couple office updates. First, I'm really glad that you're here now. I'd like to welcome Summer Schaefer as our VP of External Affairs. She had the opportunity to introduce herself in my video blog. So my video blog will be posted next week, so be sure to watch it to see Summer in it. Also, as mentioned in our Senate group meet, if you have not taken your individual composite, the last chance that you have is next Wednesday between 10 and 2 p.m. Unfortunately, if you don't take the picture during that time, you just won't be in the composite. We started taking these pictures early winter quarter, so yeah. Next, the entire ASUCR office has been rekeyed over the spring break. So if you've been approved access to the front door, 2 doors, and you haven't gotten your new key, then please do that. Also, all ECAB senators and fellows must fulfill their office hours this quarter. So be sure, Senate and ECAB, that you're sending your hours to Amy so that she can put them on the website. And if you're an ECAB member that oversees fellows, please be sure to also send those hours to Mark Brown so that he can keep track of them. So ECAB is still finalizing our meeting times for our ECAB meetings. We'll start meeting next week. And once the date and the times are solidified, we'll have them up on the Facebook page and you all will be aware of that. So for the Damaged Classroom Initiative, I brought this up a couple times last quarter. Vice Chancellor Ron Coley informed me and Julia that he has taken the list of damages that we have accumulated from the Facebook page, and he has also done his own personal inventory over the entire campus, looking at every single classroom. His staff is going classroom by classroom to address each concern. Classrooms in Olmsted have already been improved, so if you have a class in Olmsted, like the business majors in here, you may notice that a lot of the classrooms have been fixed. And thank you again for Senate and students who have helped with this initiative, contributing different locations and helping with the meetings and all that. So last quarter, we also had our final week parking service that we provided also in the fall quarter. I'm currently awaiting the data from the TAP's office. Last year, they provided the data of how many students actually used it. And as I mentioned last quarter, not many students used the service in the fall. And we think it was because we didn't get our marketing out in time. So once we get that data, we'll be able to see if students are actually utilizing this and if our marketing helped improve that. For the first year handbook, I'm working with a couple first year fellows and a couple interns to research the resource centers, parking, food options, and different study spots. So if any of those topics are of interest to you, you can also help me with that and provide your input. And if you like formatting and want to help me on a project, around week 6 is when I'm going to start formatting it for online, and I'd really appreciate some help with that. Finally, the UC Women's Caucus. The date has been finalized for this event. It'll be May 21st at UCLA. And right now I'm working with Heather, who's the UCLA Student Body President, to solidify topics during breakout sessions and create an invite list for influential individuals. So also, if anyone would like to help me with that, it doesn't have to just be women, it could be our allies too. I'd greatly appreciate the help. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for the president? Seeing none, we will move on to the executive vice president's report. Two things real quickly. On my report, the first bit is that we're still working on the Google Drive, Share Drive, project for ASUCR. The second thing, as we talked on the last meeting, Marcy has resigned her post for the quarter, and we made an appointment from my office to move or to ask a new person to become Senate Secretary, which shall be confirmed by the Senate. So I guess I will, and part of my report, I'm going to ask the Senate to confirm Mr. Jonathan Liu to be Senate Secretary.
Give me one, two.
Marty, please.
Is there a motion?
Don't you make
You can, I'm also chair, not just an executive.
I move to approve Jonathan as our Senate Secretary for the spring quarter.
Thank you. Is there a second? Second by Senator Lopez. Are there any questions since he's here? Nothing, he's on stand, he's an oath to tell the truth, no one, nothing you ever would ask him? Same matter. Then we'll move it to a vote.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, wait.
I just wanted to comment on Jonathan. So I don't know if any of you know Jonathan, but he was a first-year fellow. He's really great. He takes minutes every ECAB meeting, and they're so perfect and organized. And so I just wanted to say thank you to Jonathan, and I think this is a really great person to know.
He hasn't had a job yet.
Well, I'm just giving my recommendation.
Wait, is it a closed vote absolutely mandatory?
For appointments that are.
Standing vote. Standing vote.
I moved to for a standing vote.
Actually, you can do that.
You can.
Yeah, this is personnel.
But can't,
Why don't we just?
No, because then you have to vote for it to not be closed on, and that's just a waste of time.
Fine.
I know, yeah. Hey, Josh. I mean, not yet, I guess.
I was telling her you all voted for me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do you write your name, like, you write his name?
Mr. Chair? Taylor?
Yes.
You have to collect that side.
Okay. Right?
This one. It's collected.
After this one, we'll take a question.
Is she?
So David did. Yeah, that's all people want.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ashley.
Thank you.
Actually, I responded to your doodle.
Oh, thank you.
The one I sent on March 16th.
Yeah.
President
I'm like,
Protest.
thank you.
I responded.
I haven't hit the date yet, so you're fine.
So what if you already have 8 votes and one? What if you had 8 votes?
Quiet on the horseshoe. Voting is silent. Come on, not Taylor. You know we did this right.
They're counting already.
Yes, voting is silent. Thank you.
Well, I don't know.
Casey, please.
Thank you. In the matter of confirming Jonathan Lee as the new Senate Secretary, the vote is 11-1-0. On that note, you are confirmed and welcome and congratulations. Yes, of course. We'll move on to the next report. The Vice President of Campus Internal Affairs is not here. The Senate report, Secretary? No. We'll move on to Vice President of External Affairs.
So that I can see you all really quick because I haven't been here in a while. I'm sorry I'm late, first of all. It's because I'm taking an LSAT class, so it ends at 6:30 every single week on Wednesday, so I'm going to be late, but I'll hopefully be here just in time to give my report. My report is pretty thorough today because I'm going to be giving an introduction of the office and the goals that we have for this year, and about me. So, hi. I know some of you all previously, but if you don't know me, I worked in the office my first year as a freshman fellow for the Office of External Affairs, and it's like a really big passion area of mine because the office does a lot of things to help engage and empower students to make change not only on our campus, but across the state, across the nation. It's a really big passion area of mine. And then last year I was a Chaz senator, and I had a lot of different projects like the Feminism Awareness Week. We passed the trigger warning resolution. That was my legislation. I've been working really hard on the gender studies requirement, having meetings with those. That's been a project since my first year. The Survivors Bill of Rights, we had published by the Chancellor and got $10,000 with the help of Sean and Deepen for the peer-to-peer education on our campus. And I participated in Carry That Weight actions and Stop the Raid on Student Aid and DC actions. And so anyway, so basically I love the external office. It's something that I'm going to work really hard to do in the next 10 weeks to get as much as we can done. So I'm really excited. Okay, so this quarter's goals. So I've been meeting with each of my staff. The staff is super awesome and I'm excited for this upcoming year. I haven't been able to meet with everyone yet. Our first entire meeting, our executive meeting, is going to be Friday at 1 p.m. So if any of you want to come to that, you'll feel free to come. It's Friday at 1. We're going to be setting all of the dates for the entire quarter. So a lot of the things that we have goals for right now are going to actually have specific dates after this Friday. So we have a bunch of committees. We have the Highlander Action Committee, which is great. FISA and IANA are the two main CODs for that office. I'm just going to be telling you all about the staff too, because they do a lot of the work in the office, so it's not entirely me. Yeah, so there's the two campaigns, You Consent and #HowAreYou. You Consent, we're going to be focusing on coalition building with a lot of other groups and clubs on campuses that have been doing some really awesome things on sexual assault prevention. Like the Chancellor's one that Ashley created, and one that Sean makes specifically. Sean is the point person for You Consent. And April is a big sexual assault awareness month, so we're going to be focusing on getting everyone out from You Consent on previous email lists that we have out to those events, and making sure that we're working with all those different people to expand that campaign for the last month. It ends after this year, that campaign. The next campaign, #HowAreYou, it's to my knowledge that we got a bad report, CAPS got a bad report, a C- for our counseling center. So just working with them on how we can improve that, having a meeting with Liz Mondragon, that's one of our goals for this quarter for that. I also wanted to have one large scale event for #HowAreYou to kind of get that campaign more visible on campus so that people know what our services are and ways that students can help each other, especially during midterms and finals week. So there's that. The next committee is Lobby Corps. So all Lobby Corps is going to be focusing on Sacramento Lobby Conference. Are any of you going to the Sacramento Lobby Conference? Cool. So I'm actually going to reopen the application because there's a couple spots left because some people haven't signed travel contracts. So I'm extending the deadline to April 4th at 12 p.m. for new applications and travel contracts. So if you turn in your application earlier and I approve it earlier, then you will get the travel contract in time to sign it before 12 o'clock on April 4th. So that will be going out in an email and on our Facebook page.
30 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
I moved to extend time by 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
That's why we're used to
I second.
external
Okay.
people taking up a lot of time.
Sorry.
Okay. There's a motion to extend time by 5 minutes. Any objections to extend time by 5 minutes? Seeing none, the floor.
Great. Okay, so probably my reports will be lengthy. Hopefully we'll have a lot to work on these next 10 weeks. So yeah, so the Sacramento Lobby Conference will be happening. So be sure to look out for that application. Also for the Lobby Corps, we're going to be having lobby visits with local representatives and city council after SLC, so that students involved in that committee can make sure to have at least one experience lobbying the local legislature to, you know, have their voices heard, and it's super important. So, and it's an election year, so there's a lot of work to be done, and a lot students can pressure representatives to get done. Okay, what else? Okay, and then the next committee is the Highlander Vote Coalition. So this one we're going to be spending a lot of our energy and excitement on because we only have until May 23rd to get tons of students registered to vote, because that's the deadline before the primaries. If you want to vote in the primaries, you have to register to vote by May 23rd. So our goal is getting 800. So far we have approximately 150 people registered to vote. But we have a plan to make sure that we get that many students registered, if not tons more. We're going to be hopefully dorm storming, but we're also going to be definitely tabling in all of the dorms from 5 to 8:30 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays. Oh, and I totally forgot to tell you all, the awesome people in Lobby Corps are Oscar and Brian. So like those are the point people for that office, and then for the Vote Coalition is Wade, so he's the point person for that, and he's been doing a lot of this work too. Yes. Hang on, sorry, I have lots of notes. Okay, for the Vote Coalition, we're going to be coalition building with a lot of other groups on campuses that are focusing on voter edge. So CalPERG, Mephilia, Vota, Costo Hall, political organizations. So if any of you all are interested in helping students register to vote, it's super important because that's how the #1 way students can get involved in having their voices heard and being politically active. So if any of you want to get involved and volunteer with that, we need as many people as possible. So that would be great. Tell your friends. It's super important. So there's that. Also, I heard that there has been some, like, people have found voter reg cards and like filled them out kind of or something. I want to make sure that if anyone fills out voter reg cards, that someone is there to help them that knows how, so that there isn't any misinformation or you don't miss anything on the form, and you're absolutely 100% able to vote when you go to vote, and you're not like, what, I'm not actually registered, because you like missed like a little signature or something. So, or if you have any friends in the office and you're like not sure, oh, like why don't I ask someone? I'm almost going to be in my office all the time. I have tons of office hours, so. And then the whole entire vote team are great, so ask any of them. We're also going to try to get a spot on campus, a polling place on campus. That we're going to make that a goal. Even though there's already one at the Alumni Center, I just want to make it as accessible to students as possible, so that's another goal that we have for this quarter. I have 2 amazing fellows, Winston and John, who are going to be doing absolutely amazing things. They have lots of different projects coming up, and so I'm excited to tell you all about those as they develop, and hopefully we can get them up to a Regents meeting, and we have lots of exciting plans, so they're awesome, excited to have them. So what I'm going to be doing, in addition to helping all of these committees run smoothly and help anyone get any projects or work done that they need to get done, I'm also going to be, this quarter, drafting the budget for next year, editing our bylaws to be more efficient for the next year, prepping for SLC in any ways that I can, attending all the meetings. Okay, I probably could get it done. Contact representative city council, discuss the housing ordinance policy with city council, and Oscar, going to Oscar with those meetings, meeting with our federal relations representative for funding for UCSA. And my office hours are Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays in the middle of the day. Stop by my office, I'll be there for at least 12 hours a week. And my email, if you need it, you can just ask me. If you have any questions, let me know.
Any questions or comments from the new vice president? Yes.
I just have a question in regards to your committees. Do you have meeting times already, or are they still setting up new rules for them?
Yeah, so the only one that has a set time right now is the Vote Coalition, which is Mondays at 5. And the other two aren't sure when their meetings are going to be yet, but they will within the next couple of days. And I can post that somewhere. I'll post them all on the Facebook page. I just got access to that. So there's an external Facebook page. I'll invite you all to it. And I forgot to mention I'm also sitting on the Gender Studies Requirement Committee independently. So if any of you have any feelings about that or statistics or anything interesting I should mention in those meetings, feel free to let me know. We should bring that up to the academic senate.
Any other questions for the Vice President? Yes.
Not a question, just a comment. It's welcome. Thanks.
Any other comments of welcome or any questions at all to the Vice President? Seeing none, I actually do have one. We had a presentation from a member of the public who actually sitting back here. They talked about a resolution going through the House right now, House Resolution 230. It's a Bill of Rights for sexual assault victims. They asked this board to publicly support it, which I asked the Senate to present a resolution by the next meeting, if they so choose, of course, as to help get petitions as well as talk to our local representatives, which seems like you're already on track of doing. And it seems like this is an issue that's important to your office, and if we could, I guess, work together to see what we can do to, if this board so chooses to make this an issue. They're actually sitting right there if you want to get their contact info directly, and we have their email and some information sent to you. That was pretty much it. It was a comment.
Okay, great. Yeah, definitely we will look into that, and I'll read more on it and see what specifically, like, create an action plan specifically for that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Dan, go ahead. Moving on to the directors. We'll start with the personnel director.
Okay. Hi. So this quarter I'm going to be working on the personnel bylaws. I've already asked each member of my committee to propose 2 changes so that we can review them and see what we can add to the bylaws, including the ASUCR Senate Mentorship Program. I know I'm going to work with John on that as well. Thank you, John, for reaching out to me. I'm also going to be emailing chairs for the meeting time to the remainder of the quarter so that we can allow the interns to be sitting in on those meetings so that they can get a better glimpse of like what the committees do and everything. I'm going to be working on a calendar and a timeline for the next personnel director so they kind of know, like they can have a good gist of like when they should have things done and by when they can have things done. And yeah, that's basically it for my report. Unfortunately, there's no active opportunities to sit on committees right now because they're all are full. But if there ever is an opening, then I'll be sure to reach out to you all as well as the campus. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions, comments from the director? Yes.
When am I going to be like receiving our assigned mentors that you had from last quarter?
You'll get an email. Your account will get an email.
Yeah. Okay.
By this week.
For sure.
Did you say me?
No, me.
Oh.
Yes.
I was gonna ask.
Any other questions? Comments?
Oh.
Is it? No, they're just talking actually. It's transfer and non-traditional director.
So this quarter, one thing that the committee is working on in collaboration with Transfer Outreach Programs, Transfer Student Association, and Student Life, we want to put on an end-of-the-year banquet for transfer and non-traditional students. So I met with the outreach program coordinator yesterday and today, and we're just coming up with a budget for the banquet. And we're also meeting with Ellen from Student Life next Monday to plan that with her as well. And I'll also be having my first committee meeting next week.
Cool. Any questions or comments for the director? I Director, is this the one Erica was talking about?
Yes.
Perfect, just make sure on the same page. And love that. Any other questions? Seeing none, Marketing Director, your floor.
Okay. By the way, Kevin's coming soon, so hopefully he can give his report.
Oh, perfect, even good.
Okay. I feel like it's been so long, but please sign up for cabling. Yeah, so I'm gonna put everybody, in slots by the end of this week if you don't sign up. And a lot of you guys have emailed me about classes, but because I don't know why, but I guess a lot of people can't make it. But if that's the case, please ask interns or fellows or anyone in the ASUCR office to fill in your spot, and then just put it in the slot name, or you can put your name and then just tell me who will be replacing you. Yeah. And then, we will also be making a funding video to teach students how to fund and allocate money, because it seems like it's been a problem for organizations and clubs to really know how to get it done. We have Giselle's intern, Jordan. He will be helping with the video. And there's actually a PowerPoint too, but we thought that a video would be more effective. And we decided to discontinue the Highlander ad service just because I really didn't get a lot of emails for it, and we have our social media to also promote clubs and organizations. So if clubs and organizations still want me to promote their events, just email me and we can put it on the page or social, like Instagram and website, and that. And that concludes our report.
Thank you. Any questions or comments for the director? Anyone with the horseshoe? Seeing none, Executive Director.
I just wonder, are you going to be working with Maggie on the video?
Yeah, we had a meeting today and we talked about it.
Oh, okay, great, thanks.
Any other comments, questions for the director? Seeing none, the Elections Director submitted a written report. Thank you all. Elections Committee is having the first meeting of the quarter tonight at 6:30. They're probably in there right now. The beginning of this meeting will be open to anyone who would like to attend. So anyone who wishes to go to the Elections Committee meeting that is not on this horseshoe is more than welcome to attend. Debates. The central debates will be held Monday with 9 candidates in attendance. I believe they already did that. Director debate was held today with 7 candidates in attendance. The next debates will be held next week, with Monday being EGEM debate and Wednesday being the presidential debate. Violations reports, just a reminder, anyone who witnesses a violation firsthand may file a contained violation report form. This form is to be submitted to the front desk and is first reviewed by the Elections Committee, and then forwarded with a administrative brief to the Judicial Council. The Judicial Council will then make the decision in such case and hear any appeals. Just to clarify, Executive Director, campaign violation report forms are on the website? Perfect. Lastly, on the note, Judicial Council meetings, I believe I should have said my report, are Fridays from 5 to 7 in the chambers. Any questions for the Elections Committee or the Elections Committee Director can be directed directly towards her. Director or Marketing Director, is there an ETA on Kevin?
Almost here. Almost here.
We'll move forward and come back to him unless there are any objections. Seeing none. New business, at this time there's no presented new business, but next week I'm hoping there'll be a resolution on supporting House Resolution 230 as well as moving the timeline. Moving back to the Outreach Director, your report, your time.
Everyone. Sorry. So, just a reminder. Not a reminder, but outreach workshops are going to be continuing on this quarter now. The outreach workshop actually going to be sent out, or is going to be held tomorrow at Student Life Conference Room at 1 p.m. People are going to be there, or the department's going to be there: Student Life, Risk Management, Health Scheduling, Undergraduate Admissions. Like I said before, I don't know if I notified you all, but I notified ECAB that it didn't happen last quarter due to miscommunication. So now I'm working with Student Life with the whole outreach workshop. Other than that, since it's a new quarter, that means outreach grants are going to come out again. I'm still working on my schedule right now, so I'll have a concrete detail and times for the new outreach hearings and outreach applications by next week. Hopefully, I'm going to have, because this is the last quarter, I'm going to have a longer period for the outreach grant application. So maybe around a week and a half or 2 weeks for the application. So hopefully we get a good amount because we do have an allocation of 15,000 left, I believe. So hopefully I could spend up all 15,000 and maybe just have a little bit of rollover. Other than that, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Any questions, comments from the outreach director? Saying none. Saying none, right? Saying none. We'll move forward to pass new business to committee reports. Finance committee is not meeting this week according to the vice president of finance, but anyone on finance committee know when the times of the finance committees will be?
They haven't been said yet.
Haven't said yet, no worries. Hopefully they're set next week. The LRC?
Yeah, we'll set meeting time this week. We can meet next week.
Cool. And moving on to health and wellness committee.
That as well.
Never mind. Moving on to public comment. Any member of the public wish to address this board on any matter that happened on the agenda today? Last call for public comment. Seeing none, we will move forward to roundtable announcements. We will start at the right side, Senator Poston.
Pass.
Pass.
It's good to be back. I missed y'all. I missed you. I missed you all. I missed you all. I missed you all. I love you all.
It's your turn, Josh.
Glad to be back as well, and I can actually sit the whole bridge from the meeting now. I don't have class anymore.
Nice to see everyone here.
Best.
Pass. Oh, I'm on April 16th. There's going to be a Filipino Culture Night, and I'm part of it. And it would be really great if any of you are willing to buy tickets and also attend. It'll be fun. It's $15 tickets. There's dancing and acting as well. Okay.
Next.
Pass. Pass.
Pass.
Yeah, pass.
Congressman Mark Takano will be speaking next Wednesday for Dems. It'll be pretty cool. I actually don't know where the room's going to be, but I'll leave that on to our it's December. And other than that, yeah.
Do you know if we have to reserve or we're just allowed? Because I saw a Facebook invite for it, but I didn't know if you had to reserve online or if it was just open to the public.
It's open to anyone.
Yeah.
It's in room 113.
Oh,
1113.
Yeah. Oh, what buildings?
I'm going to go back to my report with you then.
Yeah.
Highlander Sanders actually took worked with a couple other orgs, we took 160 people, about 42 of them from UCR, the first day of spring break. So that Saturday at 2 o'clock in the morning, and to Phoenix, Arizona to campaign for Bernie. So a lot of student involvement from UCR. It was really cool. 160 people from the LA area that worked together. We also threw a Bernie Sanders barnstorm at the same time by the people who were actually in IE. So on campus, and they brought about 200 people actually. So we brought 160 people to Phoenix and 200 people to campus literally at the same time. It was really cool. We'll be doing a lot more cool things this quarter, and we'd love to see some of you all politically opinionated people there.
I'm coming back to mine. College Democrats are actually going to have Jose Medina speak in this quarter. We're going to have State Senator Roth. We're also going to have our City Councilman Melendez speak. It's going to be somewhere in week 4, 6, and 8. We definitely get elected officials, on UCR, get our constituencies to know more about them. Also, on week 5, on week 3, we're going to have nominations for president. So Hillary or Bernie. So people who are members of there are going to be able to vote. So if you're climbing the hill or you're feeling the burn, please show up. We don't discriminate. I forgot what it is. Hiking the hill. I don't know. And week 5, we're going to have our general elections. And on week 7, that's I don't know. Okay, pass.
That's pretty funny.
Well, if you are interested, Amazing College Race is April 10th. If you really want to do a scavenger hunt around downtown Riverside, that'd be extremely cool. And scholarship prizes. So, yes, next. Let me know. Sorry.
Congratulations, Jonathan, on being appointed, and welcome back to the board.
Oh, yeah.
Summer. Yes.
Welcome, Summer.
That's you.
Pass. So BSA is actually having their big musical tonight, and except for $15, it's actually $10. It's gonna be at April 10th, and it's gonna be here on campus at the University Theater. So it's closer. Yeah, thank you.
We'll go that one.
Director, your floor.
Welcome, Summer. Welcome, John. It's so great to see 13 of our 16 senators here. It makes me really happy. Also, thank you for keeping the office clean. Day 3, it looks really nice. It's good progress. So if we can keep it this clean, it'd be really great. Also, don't forget your office hours. They're important.
A couple of things real quick. Vice President, last one. Your floor. Announcement.
Thank you for welcoming me, and I'm happy to be here.
I saw a couple hands. Are they motions?
No, just real quick. Oh yeah, next Tuesday, ASPB is doing an event. Killer Mike is the rapper. He's going to be talking about, just race and politics in America. So yeah, you also come to that. He supports Bernie Sanders, so for all you liberals who don't know economics.
Yes. I forgot. As you all know, the conference is this quarter, April 30th, week 5, and we will be having our conference planning committee meetings every Thursday at 3 p.m. So tomorrow, 3 p.m. ASUCR conference.
When's the conference again?
April 30th, Saturday, week 5, from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. In there or be square.
Do I have to pay?
No, you're not. It's free.
Ooh!
Free t-shirts.
Alright, so we're just jumping around. Any last call for announcements? Do we not see anyone?
We do not
It's
see
good to
anyone.
hear. I saw a hand from the public. Do you have a comment or question?
Yes, before we go, my family just want to say thank you for your support. And we really deeply grateful for your help.
And your decision will make a difference for the job. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Senators, the public hearing has already emailed you all the link that's provided us. If you wish to be more involved, let's talk to the Vice President of External Affairs and you can coordinate efforts from there. On that note, can we hear a motion to adjourn the first meeting of the spring quarter?
I move to adjourn this meeting.
You have to leave.
Point of person.
Wait to be recognized by the chair, please, by all of you. Senators. Senators, would you like to make a motion?
You move?
I moved.
Senator moves to adjourn the meeting. Is there a second? Second by Senator Boson. Is there any objections? Same night, meeting adjourned. Have a good night, everyone.